Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got the 33 GT-R LM car back in the shop with us. One of our good friends and customers, Himmy, owns this car. He originally brought it to us back in, I think it was 2022. We took it to the Sydney GT-R Festival. It wasn't perfect back then when he first had it, so after all that, he dropped it off to us and he's like, let's restore it back to its glory days. So he's entrusted us with the task of doing that. We're hopefully going to accomplish that fairly soon. When it was at the panel shop, we did notice that when we had all the body kit off to fix all the repairs and do everything like that, we did notice it still had the graphics underneath it from the race team when it was a race car. So that's pretty special to know. Probably one of the rarest cars we've had in the shop to date so far. So there's rumors that there's only one of 25 of this body kit on that style car, which we're pretty lucky to have it in shop.
Have a look in here and tell me what you'd want to do to this car after it's cleaned and still looks like this. So what do you reckon we're going to do now, Dylan?
Maybe time for one of those underbody restorations.
It's time for Walter White to come back out.
He's coming back out.
Yeah, let's do it. Seems like a bit of an endless job, this underbody restoration. Just drop those coilovers out and then we'll get masked and painted. We are blue. Something a bit different, but it's going to look pretty good once everything's back in it and painted black as well, all the subframes and things like that. We'll wait a minute for this to take off and then we're going to start unmasking it. It's going to be cool. Something different.
What do you reckon, Stu?
Killer.
First reaction.
Yeah, I was looking, I go, wow.
We've got Himmy's LM. We've just about got the whole underbody and everything all back together. We've gone through just the little details when you're doing an underbody restoration. Just about every nut and bolt is brand new under here now, so it is very time consuming. We did go for something different. We've colour matched the Raptor underneath it. If you haven't seen the reels, go back on our Instagram and have a look. There's a few reels of this all getting done. It's pretty cool to watch. So next up from this stage, we're going to get the engine back in this thing, but before we do that, we're just going to go through and mount an intercooler, have a look where that's going to sit, and then Himmy's also gone for a twin turbo setup on this one as well on his 3.4 litre. So we'll unwrap these and give you a quick look first. If I was more prepared, I would have had a knife in my back pocket. And with this vehicle, you'll notice straight away that they are Greddy's.
Upside down.
Upside down. Just to match the rest of it. It's copping a 2630, which is actually being bought out to a 3.4 litre, so it's going to make some decent power. Trying to keep it, with this car being the LM Series 33, we're trying to keep it back to as original as it came out. So just keeping everything neat and tidy on it. It's not going full race car spec build, even though it pretty well is. But yeah, we'll get this cooler mounted up and see how that sits and get an engine back in it shortly. we've mounted Himmy's cooler. Next stage from here for this car is going to be assemble the engine, get the engine back in, and then get the M-Tron ECU working its magic on everything. So at the moment we're just going to push this car out and wait until you see what we've got next.
What have we got next, Justin?
It's not what you're going to expect from a shop like us, and you're probably not going to be allowed to put this in a video anyway.
Oh, wow.
But in case you haven't noticed, we have a fucking AU Falcon, mate. Look at that.
Oh god, it's bright out here.
It's bright because there's a fucking beautiful day.
It is. It's much better than it has been. What is that, Justin?
It's a fucking AU Falcon, mate.
But why? Why is it here?
Because it needs some love. All right, so we're going to give it some love.
We don't do that here.
No, we don't. So I don't know where this video is going, but I don't know. We'll see. We're putting glass back in the LM now so we can move it around and not get all the rest of it dirty. It has been repainted, so all the glass did get pulled out of it to get the paint done properly. All the wide body actually came off this car and separated from the original and all fixed up and put back on. So we'll get the glass back in it today and we'll keep going from there. All right, update on the LM. We've got the cylinder head back. So it's actually a 2630 going back in that car. It's a Spool 3.4, Nitto oil pump, truss sump, and the cylinder head that we got done did take a little bit of time because we'll show you in a minute when we unwrap it. But it's oversized valves, it's ported, it's polished. It's made to handle and flow 1,000 horsepower at certain RPMs. So we've got a Chromatic gasket, we've got ARP 2000s, it will have also the ATI balancer on there as well. Timing belt, these are actually Gates, Gates made timing gears, adjustable. We have the cylinder head. Something pretty cool with this car, like it's all blue, you've seen it above and underneath it now. It has a lot of chrome and blingy bits on it as well. So we've polished the front covers up, all the runners and everything are all polished as well. And we have this big polished tappet covers and centerpiece as well. So first things first is we're going to go out and copper coat our gasket, and then we will open the studs up and get all those ready. Give the block a bit of a clean and then we'll put it together. Here it is, it's all back together. So just to go for a little bit of a run through on it and the parts that we've used on this. It's got Greddy twin T67 turbos on the Greddy Manifold. It does also have stainless exhaust, but we'll put them on once it's all in the car. Kinsler mechanical fuel pump, PRP Trigger Kit. We've got the Hypertune V1 Manifold, the ATI balancer, Nitto intake gaskets, and the truss sump that's on there. This is gonna go back in the car now, and we'll bolt even more stuff onto it once it's in there.
Samsona box sequential going into the LM33. This is Samsona's RS90 5-speed. It's got the bigger gears in it, a little bit stronger. So this thing should hopefully make around the 850 to 900 horsepower mark. But with the bigger tyres and that, you know, we opted to go with the 5-speed just to be that little bit stronger in it. So yeah, we're about to chuck it up in the car now and then chuck the cross member in that's down here as well, PRP cross member that they do for Samsonas, which is bolts up into the factory position. And then, yeah, we'll show you get going in as well. All right, because we're just test fitting this up to go off to get all the fab work done. We haven't got the flywheel, the clutch on, just makes it a lot easier for us to put it up in there. So yeah, we'll just chuck this up in there, and then once it gets back from getting all the pipe work done, we'll pull it back off, measure up for a new clutch, and then slip it on back in there.
We have blue bits. Usually, oh, fuck, I was about to rip a terrible line there. Yeah, I just look, I'm like, Kirsty's looking away, I'm like, fuck, oopsie. This here, this guy there. Clip, clip, nice. Clip, clip, clip. All the pieces. Himmy will be very happy once this is very close. Wire this thing, we're about to fire it up, so we're not far off. We're probably, geez, we're close. I'm not going to put time on it because I don't know when the video's going to go out, so we don't know when it's going to be.
Who knows?
But from the time of me talking about this, I say a week and a half it'll be started. But it does look nice. Look at Andy holding the bar, he doesn't know what to do.
Come on, Andy.
I don't know what to do.
It's got no plumbing, no fuel pumps, no app, no surge chain.
That's what I said, a week and a half.
And then move it.
How would you make it?
Away we go to make more noise. I'm not coming over near you. You were using eye protection, so I'm worried. I'm worried there's actually a problem if you're using eye protection.
Yes, wearing all my PPE today, Dylan.
Not only today, always.
Every day is PPE day.
We've also done a few little custom changes to the body kit that Himmy requested, just to make it, I guess, a bit more of his own car. Because of the changes we've made on the body kit, we've had to go with some special suspension, so we've put custom air cups in it, so we can lift it and lower it as we're trying to get up gutters or speed bumps, whatever you want to do with this. Since this car is so special, Himmy wanted those few extra little special touches to it, and we thought titanium cooler piping would be the perfect touch for it. So it's off to Impress Fabrication now to get all that done for us. In the next episode, we'll see the final product of that. We'll get the first startup, we'll get to hear it for the first time in a long time with the new exhaust on it. Twin turbo, all this sort of stuff, so it's going to be pretty special for us and for you guys following at home. So hang around, we'll see you in the next one. My watch telling me to move. Move.
I'm going to show you how to measure up a clutch. To this front edge.
Yeah, front edge,
Yeah, so it's not 28 now. You're measuring the length of the shaft.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
Flat shifting and banging, and we'll put flames out the side of those titanium pipe.
I don't think we're ready to start it up, Justin.
It's been a week and a half.
What do you reckon, Andy?
That's a big bitch.
A big, blue, beautiful...
Little wheels.
Not for long.
Nah.
Unbelievable. LM is back in the workshop, final fit up, final plumbing. We've got all the nice and titanium work that Impress have done for us. Danny and the boys over there have absolutely nailed the titanium work, as you can sort of see. Very exotic, I guess you could say, is pipe work. A lot of people in the comments on his page were saying, oh, you could do it so much easier, rah, rah. Yes, you can, but this looks fantastic. Also, he's done a flat exhaust for us as well. So we've gone from a muffler into 3.5 into a flat 3.5 inch exhaust with some titanium exits. Very cool. We'll come down, we'll show the top.
Oh, it doesn't have any turbos anymore. What happened?
Don't worry about those. So Juddy's just going through, going to fit up new O-rings and stuff for the turbos, make them all nice and sealed. This bit of pipe work here is a bit of magic from Danny. Been a long time, I think we've had the car for 2 years, but it's gone through a lot of updates, a lot of upgrades, a lot of work. And we're getting to the pointy end now, so it's going to be a really, really cool car when it's finished. Can't wait to drive it. It's got a Samsona sequential as well, so flat shifting and banging, and we'll put flames out the side of those titanium pipes. So that's going to be a cool video when we get to do that. Going through all the finalising of the plumbing, make sure everything's exactly how it's supposed to be. All speed flow stuff we use as well, so a lot of the best stuff, mate. Got a really cool set of wheels coming for this car, so when the combo's done, it's going to look spicy.
It's not going to start right now, is it?
No, we can't start right now.
Okay.
A day like today, but not today.
Do you want to tell the people what you're making, Justin?
A third tank for the LM, mate. I'll just grab my little square to do this with. That's stupid, Dylan, you idiot.
That's a perfectly sized square. What are you talking about? Show me your work, Justin. You're making a trapezoidal.
Trapezoidal.
Trapezoidal surge tank.
Up that way. Like that, then like that, then like that.
This is like origami, isn't it?
It is. Very origami-like.
What sort of shape you call that, Justin? What sort of shape you call that?
It's a seat. I just got to do the rest of it.
Ah. You're trying to copy homework here?
Hey?
You're trying to copy homework?
Yeah, it just needs some slight modification, but there you go, you can have a seat now.
Oh, lovely.
Should we draw a Dylan on it having a seat? I reckon we should. It's a big seat.
So
He's only going to be a little Dylan.
Just a little Dylan,
Yeah.
that's alright.
And he's like full stick figure Dylan too.
Okay, that's fine. It's going to be a tiny body, isn't it? Big head, tiny body. Pretty accurate to real life.
Yeah.
Can you give me some protective glasses, because we always wear our PPE here at SRS? Ah, that's what I'd look like if I had glasses.
Lovely. We'll box him up.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, Dylan.
Oh, hi.
How are you, mate?
How are you?
Not bad.
Well, here we are once again.
I'm taking a rattle can. What are you doing?
We are pulling the gearbox out so that we can measure up for a clutch. So we're going to pull it out, do some measurements for the clutch, get a clutch from DCS, get a nice little twin plate 9-incher, billet, and then I'd say they're going to come back to us and say, hey, can the G measurement actually be 4mm shorter than that? And we'll say yes, and then we'll take the post up to Graham, he'll machine 4mm off of it, and then very tricky, and then we'll put the clutch in.
You're like a fortune teller or something. Yeah. Have you been here before?
I've been here before. I'll be doing this sometimes. You've been doing it a long time. Moral of the story is we're going to pull the box out, I'm going to put it on that bench right there. We're going to get a couple rulers and a piece of paper. And if you want to know how to measure up a clutch, you can keep watching. If you don't want to know how to measure up a clutch,
fast forward.
You can keep watching.
You're watching either way.
Because I don't even know if it's in the video, maybe not.
No, it's in the video.
Alright, it's in the video. We're going to measure up a clutch. I'm going to show you how to measure up a clutch.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I'm not holding it.
It's heavy. I can't push up to it.
I'm pushing up.
I'm pushing up.
You're actually not. Strong message! This is a clutch spec sheet from Direct Clutch Services. So you can go on the website, you download this, right? This is how you measure a clutch up. So say if you were doing in my example, I had a RB25 with a adapter plate to a T56. So I had to measure up a complete custom clutch. You can't just go, I've got an RB with a T56, and they'll be like, here's the clutch you want, right? They'll ask you to do this, okay? So same thing if you had an RB to CD009, if you had an RB to T56.
6.5 hours later.
JZ to CD009, same thing. If you're doing any kind of swap, they're gonna ask you to do a measure up sheet. They'll probably have something close, but rather than sell you a clutch and then you get it back so it doesn't work, they're gonna ask you to measure it. So what you need to do, go ahead, print this out. gives you a bunch of different measurements. There's a few measurements we have to take on the engine, on the back side of the engine, and there's a few measurements you have to take on the gearbox. So obviously you have to do this before you put the gearbox in. Start with our gearbox measurements since we're already here. So we're going to do our J measurement. So our J measurement is the amount that our input shaft protrudes the bell housing face. So basically we stick a straight edge, we'll go this way so that it doesn't bend. And all you need to do is measure from the edge of that to the front of the bell housing, front of the shaft, sorry, which looks like 12 mil from here.
Say 13.
13 mil, you
13
reckon?
mil.
So our J measurement is 13 mil. We come over here, we say 13 mil. So that is our J measurement.
13 magic millions there.
And then you just complete that for all of the other measurements that it wants.
What do you do with the E, N, G, I, and E one?
That's on the engine.
Yeah.
E-N-G-I. Alright,
E, G, on.
so we'll do
the next
C,
one.
which is our face to spigot base. So that's this distance from our bell housing mating face to the absolute max distance that our spigot bush could ride.
Do you go to the bottom of it, or do you go
Just to the bottom of the roll, like the start of that roll.
There, about there. 28?
28 mil.
28 mil?
Happy?
Yep.
That's to this, yeah?
Yep, to that, yeah, to see the colour change from the difference in the roll? Yeah, from there.
To this front edge.
Just want
Yeah,
to
the front
check
end,
it,
Yeah, so it's not 28 mil. You're measuring the length of the shaft.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's a, you know, one for beginners
Go on
out
top
here.
one, like that. That's better. Yeah, I'll get this.
It's not really better at all.
You say 30 mil?
13 mil?
13 mil?
Are all the answers
13
13 mil? Is that?
Apparently.
Apparently 13 mil. Have faith, brother.
We'll do
Have faith.
our D measurement, which is face to the start of the splines. So again,
So face of this
here
to the
from
spline.
that edge to the
Yeah,
start of
yeah,
the spline.
gotcha.
Andrew's learning too.
Yeah, we're all learning together.
I was like, that doesn't look like 26 mil.
Yeah, up in
This
there.
one does. 30 something.
28. 28
28.
mil?
Positive.
Yeah, it's 28 mil.
28
Pretty short.
mil. We've got our throw-out bearing pushed back as far as it can possibly go. It's bottomed out in the slave. So we just measure to that front of the bearing face, which is
60 mil, yeah.
60 mil.
60 mil has.
60 mil, which that's the measurement that they normally tell us they want more. They need more distance.
yeah.
So I'd say it's normally like 74 mil, I
Yeah,
think.
take
That,
that.
so we might have to take 14 mil off this perch.
Yeah.
But that's fine. So now
They'll
we'll take
tell
that
us what we
off.
want. They tell us what we need.
They tell you what you need. That's the whole point of the spec sheet is you give them all of your measurements and they say,
No.
cool, or they say, no, you need
You need
to,
this, and then you go change.
yeah. You need this measurement to be this, and you need to add a spacer, or you need to. It's usually only for the throw-out bearing. Everything else is set. So like your shaft is a set distance, and everything else is a set distance. But generally, it's the throw-out bearing, and it only really matters if you're using a internal slave cylinder. If you're using an external slave cylinder, that's usually just whatever it is. Whatever it is whatever it is. Because the internal slaves only have so much travel. You got to make sure you get it right. So we'll do our face to base of spline.
93?
93. The high pitched
Yeah,
note at the
93.
end of your
Yeah, 93.
93.
Yeah, that's easy. Oh, I was about to say 94. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty close to 93.
93 mil. And then our F to the bearing slide doesn't matter because it's internal. So we ignore that. If this F measurement, if we were running a external slave, you would have to do that measurement. So basically your throw-out bearing would be on a fork. Because we're running an internal slave, we don't have a bearing slide. So we just ignore that measurement. And we do our H measurements on the engine, our A measurements on the engine, our B measurements on the engine. So
Over to the engine.
that's it for the gearbox.
That's done. Happy days?
Yep.
And double
Happy
checking?
days.
All good? Happy days? Happy
I
days?
trust you, mate.
Double check. Signed by Andy.
Yeah.
On the bottom. You should get him to sign it.
Andrew measured this, man.
Right.
My name, Andrew.
Our A measurement is the block to the crankcase. So this one, we want to go. We might need a different ruler.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
This one.
Yeah, I'll get a different.
Yeah, small boy.
Across
Like that?
like that to the block face.
It's 13 mil.
13 mil.
13 mil.
So all you're doing is this. So this measurement is the distance between the back of where your bell housing bolts up to the engine to where.
Do we need
the,
to have the flex plate
No,
on it?
it gets added in.
fucking
It gets
finish
added in
plate?
afterwards, yeah. So to the back of the crankshaft face, so all you do is you take straight edge, set it across that, point it across to where your block is,
And yep, 13 mil still.
and Andrew's just 13 mil again.
13 mil again. 13
So blocked crankface is 13 mil.
So if you've got this set up, just write 13 mil in just about everything.
Everything. Adapt plate thickness we'll do in a second. That's just the sandwich plate. So we're still running a factory sandwich plate, so that looks like it's probably 3 mil. So you basically put that measurement in, say you're using, or adapt plate, sandwich plate, same shit. In the case of if you were doing a conversion, like my engine's got a 25 mil adapter plate to adapt it from RB to T56. So you put in your 25 mil adapter plate. Because we're just running a sandwich plate, we'll just put the 3 mil in there, and then they basically just add that 3 mil onto any of these meshes. Any of these measurements that applies to, they just add that thickness onto. So they're basically just doing it for you.
10 mil. Yeah, perfect.
13 mil.
13 mil. 3. 1 of 3 mil.
It's a bit open to interpretation, really.
3 mil.
2.5 mil.
Yeah.
I think that's mine. It was 3 mil.
It's 2.5.
Andy's got the precise measuring out.
Yeah. 2.5. Same. You got 2.5 as well.
This is the load cell.
I don't know what that means.
This is the little sensor that allows you to flat shift your gearbox.
Oh, that's the fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
So without it, you would need to clutch every time.
Yeah, theoretically. Basically, this is it's called a load cell, and you can probably guess what it senses. It senses load. So as you pull on your shifter, this is part of the shift linkage. So this bit attaches to your shifter, this bit is attached to the gearbox, and this is your actual shift mechanism here, which changes gears. So as you pull on the lever, this pushes, senses the load going through this, talks to the ECU, says, hey, I'm being pressed on, and then that's when you do your ignition cut. That's how you can flat shift.
Cool.
So you go, cuts the ignition, completes the gear shift, ramps the ignition back in on the other side, and then, yeah.
I don't know how many people already know that, but I found that interesting.
There you go. That's good. Somebody has to.
I found it interesting. You know, that's one person, Sam.
That's one more than 0. Nothing to do with this gearbox necessarily, but it is a sequential thing.
Yeah.
But if it didn't have the load cell, you wouldn't be able to do it. Some load cells have it in the shifter itself. They can like feel like it's in the shifter, like it's more that way than it is that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what actually allows you to.
But the 8 HP was different, right? Because
8 HP is different because it's not actually. It's changing gears electronically, not mechanically.
yeah,
Because it's auto.
yeah,
Whereas this is mechanically still changing gears.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah. You could do a flat shift on a 8 HP. Or like a ignition cut type shift. The big pops and bangs like on gear shifts is what happens when you flat shift basically. Because it pulls timing out and then ramps it back in really quickly. So while the timing's out, there's a lot of unburnt fuel. And then when the timing comes back in, all that fuel goes fucking...
Explosion.
Goes bang, bang, bang.
Cool. Good to know.
That's just like that. Bang, bang, bang. Anyway, that goes there.
Do you think this car will be doing a lot of flat shifting?
Probably. I think it's like a really good horsepower goal to be able to enjoy the flat shift without feeling like you're going to break something.
My watch telling me to move. Move.
I think it means more than your head.
Dang it. Still in the groove.
What do you got
There
there?
would be some PRP dress-up kits.
Oh. How can I get some of those for my
You can
LM
jump on
33.
our parts site and you can order yourself some.
Yeah.
Look better than old Bolt over there. Very limited bench space around here.
What are you talking about? We've got so many benches.
Yeah, we got plenty of benches. And for those playing at home, if you're wondering how expensive these are, don't look it up.
This is a bit of a moment, hey Stewie?
Brothers, final time hopefully. Final time.
It's going to be looking very much like a car.
hope the Manson likes it. Fuck me, it's crazy, eh?
What's going on with those wheels? You want to talk about those wheels here right now while we're here?
We say we're putting a spacer on there?
Hey?
Say we're putting a spacer on the wheels, they're LM GT1, so I don't think to have this car sitting right on those wheels, we're gonna have to run a bit of a spacer, but shh, it'll look good. This car's actually mod plated.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on.
yeah. It's pretty cool because this car's spacers. This car's actually mod plated for spacers. To get a wheel to actually fit this car it'd be huge. It'd be like 11, 12-inch wide wheel. Don't stress that because we haven't adjusted all the control. Nothing's adjusted either, so we've got to put on the hoist and or the wheel on it and make sure it actually is how we're going to have it, and then we'll measure up the spaces and get exact spaces where we want them. They're a 400R wheel, which is like hectic cool. It was a no-brainer for this car. Himmy came up with the wheel idea. Whilst I was left up to him, he got pretty good style, the old fella, so I call him old fella. He'll hate me for that. But obviously white on the blue with the endless brakes and the blue center cap for this is actually, name a better combo.
For those saying that spacers are illegal, not when you actually receive a mod plate for them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Sick. That was rude. I don't think we're ready to start it up, Justin.
It's been a week and a half.
It's a goddamn has been you know what? It has been a week and a half. What do you reckon, Andy?
That's a big bitch.
A big blue, beautiful.
Skinny little wheels.
Not for long.
Nah.
I'm running low on my Sonny's collection. I'm digging deep in the barrel.
Do you want to show the viewers?
Protect our eyes.
Juddy just gave the LM a bit of a wash. First time I've been outside in quite a while. We've got everything fitted up to the car. We've got to go through all the final bits and pieces. It's not quite finished just yet, but a long way from where we were to now. So everything on the engine bay will get obviously a once polish over once we finish everything. The side X exhaust, we're getting a stainless steel plate made up for around that. Protect the side skirts. Really set this thing off. It's going to be at GT-R Fest this year, which is pretty cool. We've got a bit of a surprise with how we're going to want the car to look when it gets there. But for now, we've just got to finish off all the little details. Sam's just got to touch up finish up his wiring, all that sort of thing. So this car's running an M-Tron, which is pretty cool. We've got a C1212 dash for it from Motec. Really cool piece. Even the design for the background, you wait until you see that, should be pretty sick. So wheels, LM GT1s, you can't say much more about them. The only thing I tried to convince him was to rebarrel them, but obviously being the genuine LM GT1, we're not going to rebarrel them. So we'll end up putting probably just a spacer on there to actually set it out so actually the wheels look right. Himmy has an option for another set of wheels which she's looking at now, which will look crazy as always from Himmy, but it's pretty cool to see this thing coming together. It's been a long time coming. Everything under the engine bay is going to be polished. It's going to be nice, new. The titanium work that Impress Fab did sets it off. Frenchie's just like all the little bits and pieces and details of this car is really cool. Cool to see it finally get to this stage. We've probably got a few more weeks just in the car, just like all the little stuff now, all the little fine details, just to really finish the car off. Once we've got that done, the next video we're going to have is actually going to be a first startup and tune, or maybe first startup and then go through the process of that with the M-Tron and try and give you guys a bit of an insight on how that stuff works and what we do to actually get to a car to a first startup from an M-Tron perspective. We're not big M-Tron guys here, but great ECU, does what it needs to do, so pretty cool. Then we'll have it on the dyno. That's going to be pretty sick. Then we'll flat shift it, and then we street drive it. It does have a race port cylinder head from us, a race package cylinder head, sorry. So it's all shimless. It's a 3.4 litre, 2 turbos. I think Himmy said we're not going for power, but this will make pretty good power from the bottom right through. I think it's going to have a massive power bend and be a pleasure to drive, so should be sick. Stay tuned. Next video, we're going to have a startup. Video after that, let's get on the dyno and we'll get these guys flat shifting and tuning. Let's go. In this
episode. It is time to start the LM, as in not start working on it, as in start it, as in start the engine, as in make the car run. Everything hardware wise, I guess you'd call it, is done, or like, I won't say everything, a high percentage. Pretty much the story of this car is it's actually kind of been conjoined from two cars. So a lot of the running gear came out of another car, and then it's gone into this car, and the engine harness is the same story. So this engine was wired in another car with the ECU, and then all of that's come out to go into this, but the wiring was like 90% complete. So a lot of it is done. And then there's just some finishing off that needs to happen to the engine harness. A while ago, I sort of put that harness in and hooked up what I could and sort of had it. I've already had this car to where I've had the ECU powered on and started setting up some of the initial setup stuff. So a lot of that's already done. It has since been unplugged. So I got to basically just plug it all back in. And from what I can remember from the last time I looked at this thing, I'm pretty sure it's only fuel pumps and a couple other like little outputs that I need to do for it to actually work, like the Mac valve and all those little accessory things, and the trigger kit. I have to do the trigger kit. But moral of the story is we're getting into this thing, we're going to do some wiring. It's everybody's favorite video to watch, the wiring videos, where you get to watch me do pretty much the exact same thing repetitively for 25 minutes. And then the car hopefully works at the end of this video. We should be starting this thing at the end of the video. If we're not starting it in the video, something catastrophically has gone wrong. There's that many corrections based around coolant temp, and the car currently thinks it's 100 degrees, so it's not, everything's wrong. It should be fine. We'll be starting it. Pretty much what I'm going to get cracked into first is making the body harness complete, making the body harness completely functional throughout the car. There's just a little bit of tidying up I want to do at the front here, and then once I've got that done, move on to the engine bay, engine harness stuff, plugging it all back in so that it's all done, and then we'll basically work our way back into the cabin, do what we're going to do there, fuel pumps in the back, pretty much work front to back, and once we get to the back it should work, is the theory. Stewie, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? We're not going to talk about it. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I don't really care about anything else. I'm just going to do the wiring. Once the wiring works and the car turns on, anything else is not my problem. Pass it back to Juddy. Well, Juddy's up to this point, you know, so if there's anything that's not, if it's not a wire, I'm not touching it. I don't even want to do this.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
You're forcing me.
I know.
Talk about Himmy however I goddamn please. Look what he makes me do.
I haven't met Himmy yet, so I don't really know what he thinks.
I'll tell you what he thinks. He thinks.
Huh? I like that Ray's just in the background for no reason.
Looking at shit. GT-R. That's how to go to. Oh yeah. You're like a toddler. Yeah. What's this? What's this from? Somebody broke this chair.
Oh!
She's proper.
What the f?
She's proper on
Oh no! What happened here?
Snapped on this side.
Yeah, you can fix that.
Yeah, I don't want to fix it, I just want it to be right.
Yeah, but that's not going to fix it, Sam.
Fix it.
No, it's not fixed. As soon as you lean on it, it's going to go back.
It's basically fixed.
That's not the same thing.
Pretty good, actually. So we got this is the body harness. Basically, this goes to the front fuse box in the engine bay. And it has your like alternator and starter motor wiring on it. And then it also has like a transmission harness section on it. Because that car has a Samsonite in it, we don't need any of that wiring. So pretty much out of all of this, we only need 2 wires for the alternator, the main power cable, and then 1 wire for the starter. So obviously that can be thinned down a lot, because that's got like a bunch of stuff in it that we don't need essentially. So I literally just did this on that 34 on Lope. So basically I'm going to just strip this harness down entirely, cut out anything that I don't need, or I'll actually de-pin it from this main connector. So all of these wires basically come back to this connector and this connector. So we'll de-pin all of that and then I will re-loom it all. I just want to cut out this stuff because it's not going to be used and it's just going to make it messy. So we need this, we need those, that little one, that big one, and that one. That one.
We need to
just keep going. Yeah. Time to cap. Zip ties first. This is the worst part. You get into this electrical tape and it's all just like melted and sticky and gross and 30 years old. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into this one day,
Maybe.
many moons ago.
They might have.
I wonder if it was a robot, actually.
Ooh.
They had robots in the 90s?
I think they had robots, but they were like those.
Probably not to tape wiring.
No, they were like those pet robots that just spin around in a
I meant
circle.
manufacturing robots.
No, but you said, did they have robots in the 90s?
You know what I mean.
Yes, they did. I'm sure they did to some
Like
extent.
manufacturing robots.
But maybe not that complex. I don't know. We were on the moon in the 70s. And then
yeah, it's true.
we were on the moon, or were we, in the 70s.
Put it in the comments below.
And since then,
Well, the moon landing's faked.
Actually, don't start talking about that around Andy. He's a real big. I'm not sure if this is widely known, public knowledge, but
About Andrew.
Yeah, he's
Andrew
a big,
doesn't think we're on the moon?
No, he's a big conspiracy theorist.
So he doesn't
Big
think
time.
we're on the moon.
I don't think he thinks.
Andy,
we're
do you think we landed on the moon? Scheme. What's the scheme? Oh, okay. They're scheming us. How dare they
Big
scheme us?
schemers. Are you okay?
Little piece of metal in my hand.
That's not where that belongs.
I squeezed on the fucking. Squeezed on with that. It
Oh,
just
no.
went shunk.
See you later.
Ow. Why does this happen to me? Why do bad things happen to good people?
I mean, what's the definition of good person?
Come on now. The only ones we want to keep basically now are the thick black and white wire, which is our starter motor solenoid trigger, our starter trigger, and this green or teal or whatever the fuck you want to call that, turquoise, nearly teal. That's
I like teal.
white and red. So those three wires are pretty much all we want to keep, and unfortunately, one is in each of the plugs, so I have to keep both plugs, and I guarantee there's only going to be one wire in this one because that's what it was like for the other one. Pain in my ass. So we'll just depin everything out of this one except for what appears to be the starter motor one and one of the alternator wires, just because fuck me, that's why. And for some reason Nissan used the grossest dielectric grease or whatever. I don't actually know. I think it's dielectric grease. It's to keep it like waterproof and shit like that. But here, look, see if you can focus on that.
Oh, I can. I don't want to, but I can.
It's so gross.
It's not like.
It's always like that. First few that I saw, I was like, ugh.
What happened
What
here?
is happening here? Like, why are these getting so dirty? And then the more that you see, it's like, oh, it's there intentionally. We just shove our little screwdriver into here, blind, because you can't see anything. And because it's all full of grease, you try and feel for the little tab. Sometimes it helps if you look away.
Almost looks like you're lockpicking or something, you know?
I was actually into lockpicking.
Really?
On stage, yeah.
Big lockpick guy.
Yeah,
big,
got in,
big
got right
criminal. Big criminal
I
type.
used to... I bet not. Probably shouldn't say. Lift that little tab up. And then pull the wire. And it should come out.
So easy.
Lift the tab and pull, and it doesn't come out. Why? Don't know. Alright.
Got that pile of wires in the bin.
In the bin. In the bin. In
All
the bin.
of that just to keep this.
This stuff. That's going to be a harness, and then this will be its own harness. So that goes fuse box onto the alternator, which that also does like a weird double back scenario, so I'm probably going to cut that. So we'll put new heat shrink on that, loom this up. Oh, yeah.
Let me get that shot.
This is completely necessary, by the way.
I know.
That's nice, isn't it?
That's
Should I
lovely.
stop there so you can...
Oh, yeah.
comparison?
Let me come around.
Let me come around there. The power of chemicals. Oh, stop it.
Sam, there's a sniper on you.
I'm gonna go kill him. Don't give him fucking screen time. I said don't give him screen time.
Talk me through the process, Sam.
Basically, I'm just running the cables to where they're gonna go, roughly. and then you just leave a little bit of extra length on them. So this one's going onto the alternator, so you just got to allow for like tensioning of the belt and shit like that. Like they might move 10 or 20 mil from where you think they are, so you just got to leave a little bit of slack in the cable so that you don't do something silly, which I'm going to cut that one right there. So you can see I'm cutting all of that off. Snip. Change them on. Committed to the course, so we're going to cut these off.
Ooh.
Cut that. And cut that one. And then cut that, because that's actually going to end up on the alternator.
Oh, that's a big boy cut.
Yeah, I should have got my cable cutters.
Come on, strong boy. Oh, you did it.
Let's do some science here.
I like science.
It's not actually science.
I was terrible at science, so I'm glad it's not actually
It's not science at all. It's more compare the pair.
Yeah. Could be scientific. Yeah.
It's really not enough, is it?
Don't think so.
Even this, I would consider to be on the smaller side of like a battery cable. It's plenty, that's fine. But still, so yeah, we'll change that. They're also going in the bin now. So we're going to go from the fuse box down to the alternator.
Sorry, I just started to look at the table and I was like, how many wires are actually left?
Not much left. So we're going to go fuse box down to the alternator. Then I'll make a completely new cable that goes from the alternator to the starter. That way we'll have plenty of supply between that. Mainly, it's just coming back from the alternator that I was worried about, because if we, like, for example, we've been playing a lot of alternators lately. Mitchell's car, the RB2630 S14, at idle with the aircon on and with the engine fans on, so at temperature with the engine fans running, it'll draw 85 amps at idle. So that's and that's directly off the back of the alternator too. That's not like at the battery. So directly off the back of the alternator, 85 amps. That's probably like, that would probably be 80 amps, like, and that's it.
Maxing it out.
Yeah. So we'd be maxing that out at idle, which is not good. So we go with this. This is probably more like 150, 200 battery cable. But having said that, that's also a Nexus. So everything draws off of that. I should probably preface that. Whereas this is going to be
M-Tron.
It's an M-Tron. It doesn't have any PDM. It's factory body harness. It's, 1 fuel pump, not 3.
So it'll draw less.
It's less, but still.
To be safe.
Future-proofing the chassis. That's what we're doing. All right, so I'm just doing the exact same thing that I did before, but with only one cable. Snip. 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 Try and keep that cable pushed as far forward as you can.
Stewie's in the Vendy.
Typical.
Don't stitch to it. Stewie's in the Vendy.
Typical. Just get a nice little crimp. These little hydraulic crimpers are the way to go. I think the you can definitely get them on like eBay. These are Haltech ones. I really don't think they were that much more expensive, but you can get them cheap as on like eBay and shit. It's just, if you've ever done battery lugs and you've got them in like the vise with chisel and shit, or like, there's a bunch of different, you can solder them and it's just messy. But that's the nicest way to do it. Then from there we get our clean cut, our loom, heat shrink both ends, and
sponsored by
I wish.
Smith's Chips.
Smith's, reach out.
That's a nice little.
you have to do it.
I don't know how to do
Oh no,
that.
maybe not. Yeah, it's going to work every time.
Yep.
It looks cool when you do it.
There you go.
It's too big.
So what do you have to do to make it work? Oh! You're a real competitive guy, Sam. I don't know what you're talking
I am for everything except sports, it would seem.
Well, that's the most competitive thing.
You know why? Actually, I don't know why.
Because you're not a sporty guy.
It's not my brain that lets me down with sports. It's my fat body.
You're limited by this vessel.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, I am, Dylan.
That's fair enough. At least you've got the height to your advantage.
Yeah, that's
still.
the only, yeah. That's what you're going to tell me to, like, I could work out or something. And
No.
Exercise.
No. I would never.
I didn't think so.
I want to get a little, like the Raspberry Pi starter kits and fuck around with that, making little robots and stuff.
You can make a robot.
Yeah.
What's your robot gonna do?
I don't know. You can get a bunch of different ones. They do like a, I can't remember who the starter kit is. Oh, I think it's an Arduino starter kit.
I think we could make a video on making a robot. We just gotta work out what it is.
What kind of robot we make?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we make a robot that...
Do we have something we need a robot to do?
Should we tune a car with a robot?
Oh man, that'd be
I don't think I could figure that out. I'm not that smart.
That'd be... I don't know if... Are robots capable of that?
Yeah. Like... Yeah. I don't see why not.
Colin Stewart a robot?
Basically. We're stupid to let a robot do it. Let's be honest here. Colour mixing lamp, mood cue, clue people into how you're doing, a light theremin, create a musical instrument you play by waving your hands. We could do that. What if we did like the mood robot, right? But we have it so that it displays like it's happy if you've got oil pressure. But it's sad if you don't.
Hey Sam, I've got a concept for the robot.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Expanding on your idea of the dash robot, we set up a system with your little robot that does some sort of calculation based on data that assigns points.
Yeah.
And then we have a little SRS competition for who can get the most points.
How many of these fucking robots have we got?
What do you mean robots? No, I think we just put it in one car.
Oh.
We put it in one car and then you all can do a lap and see who gets the most points.
Yeah.
I don't know what that calculation is, whether there's some way to calculate when the car's at a certain RPM.
You'd need to have an angle.
Can we, maybe do we need like a...
Speed and
Do we need a
angle.
little Haltech position sensor or something for...
Haltech don't do...
Oh, they don't do like an angle position sensor? Can we get that data somehow?
Probably. I don't know.
But yeah, then...
You tell me, robot boy.
I don't know, you're the one making this robot. So then we have some calculation that distributes points based on all of that data.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we call the points. It needs some trendy name.
Well, you can get... Andy had one. GPS tracked your angle and speed and shit. So we could potentially do something with that.
I don't know how we calculate those points,
Well,
what we
you just have
decide that it is.
You'd have speed. You'd have a calculation of speed versus angle versus... I don't know how you get an RPM signal is the only thing there. So you wouldn't be able to do that. So it'd just have to be speed and angle. So it'd have to be... You'd need a GPS speedo and it'd need an angle. And you could maybe add in like a G-force. So if you had like extra G-forces.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
And then it's just a calculation of...
And then it's for...
It's like a multiplier. So if you've got
once you
this
get...
much angle plus... If you're doing like 40 to 60 or 60 to 80 or 80 to 140, it's a multiplier of like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's how you do that.
You worked that out, robot boy.
Yeah, no worries.
You said you wanted to make a robot.
Yeah, but that's that doesn't sound like a starter robot. Yeah, it sounds like...
Oh, come on. It's the same as a smiley face or a sad face for oil pressure. It's the same thing. I don't want to give up on this robot idea, Sam. I'm invested now.
Well, you figure it out then.
How am I going to figure it out? You're the one that wanted to do it.
I just said you figure it out. I didn't say I'll figure it out for you. I said you figure it out.
What do you need me to figure out? I figured out the whole concept.
Yeah, I didn't ask for a concept. To figure it out.
Well, I can't tell you how to do
Oh, I can't tell you how to do your job, Dylan.
it. That's not my job.
This is the worst part about wiring, is remembering to put the heat shrink on in the right order so that you...
Because you get to the end and then you're like, wow, I was supposed to put the heat shrink on...
I have no idea what you're talking about. So here's the thing. So we're going to loom these individually, but these two are going to go into this piece of heat shrink, right?
Yep.
These two pieces of heat shrink are going to go on these two joins. But now I need to put a piece of clean cut over this before I join these, and I need to have the heat shrink there so that when I put the clean cut on,
that gets heat shrunk there. The Motorsport Wiring Alliance would not approve of this.
Why not?
It depends who you get. Some of them hate solder, some of them think it's not too bad. Solder's brittle and it'll crack.
Wow.
I don't know how much stress your fucking alternator harness is under, champion, but...
Got some big opinions over here today.
We'll sell them at Drifted Downs for $100. Maybe. It's probably going to have to be more than that.
I like where you've got more of a thought, don't you?
Sell them.
Yes,
And then it's a prize pool at the end.
Yes.
Of who gets the pot.
I like it. That's exactly what I was thinking.
But it's probably going to cost way more than $100. I don't know how expensive things are. Dylan and I have got a great robot. It's not really a robot at all. It's not even a robot.
We can call it a robot though.
We can give it a little smiley interface, and then it would be a robot.
Why is it going to have a smiley interface to be a robot?
Because otherwise, what does it do?
Fran.
Yeah, exactly.
It calculates points.
But that doesn't make it a robot. That makes it a fucking calculator.
Calculators are robots.
No. So we have like a little robot thing, screen thing, calculator thing. You put it in your car, right? And it's got a GPS speedo and an accelerometer and an angle meter or a yaw meter or a G meter or something like that in it.
Wait, no. How you should have started this pitch is, Justin, have you played Forza before?
Yes.
Yes.
Why would I start it with that? Basically,
now he knows what you're talking
we're
about.
going to make a real life points thing that you put in your car, sit on your dash or something, and you get points.
A score.
You get a score based on speed, angle, G-forces, acceleration.
Sounds
maybe,
like a
as
lot
well.
of work when you could just fucking do something with a drift bit.
A what? Yeah, but it doesn't do a score, does it? Does it give you a score?
But surely, if you're going to this effort to make this fucking other thing, why don't you just make something to calculate the data off the drift bit to give you a score?
Because you probably have to buy one of those.
This is
Are
a
you not
project,
buying the
Justin.
shit to make this fucking thing? Or
We're
what?
building from scratch.
Building
But you're
using an
still buying it.
Arduino. Look, don't poke holes in the ship, all right? Maybe
we're gonna make so much
but
money.
We have to get the data out of that. Maybe that is it. Maybe you have to have that.
Ooh.
And then, but that would be expensive because I don't think they're very cheap. We're gonna sell it to people at drift events, and they buy it for like $200. But then $50 of it all goes into the pool, and whoever gets the highest score at the end of the weekend gets the pool.
That's a cool idea. I like that part of the idea. The execution of it's a bit fucking.
$200 only because it's probably gonna be expensive to make. Unless we make it cheap as fuck.
They're creating a whole
Well,
SRS
we don't have to buy the whole starter.
drift
You don't have to buy the
tournament.
whole Arduino starter kit. If you just buy like the board, you only need like a board and an LCD and a couple of fucking sensors. Surely they're only like $10 each or something.
Timu. We'll find something.
$1.99.
It's only got to work once. and
We'll
even
find
then-
something.
Only got to work once, and everyone gets on the fucking hype, and then everybody wants it at
Exactly.
materials and shit.
Exactly.
I like that side of the idea.
Yeah, it's SRS drift tournament.
Yeah, we'll call it not SRS.
Because
It's going to be DNS.
okay.
All right, there you go, Dan.
To the car.
Car, put this on. No, we might put this one on first because it's easier.
POV, you're saying.
POV.
Remember when we used to use the chest thing?
Yeah.
That was a good 2 weeks.
Alternator and starter motor.
Yeah, that's perfect. Ooh, that was pretty
That one was
satisfying.
better. Clack.
Pretty good click.
Not a bad click.
What's all that tape?
That.
Yeah, what's that on?
Not sure. This robot thing's really going to kick off.
I think so.
Could be. This could be our ticket out of here, Dylan.
Finally.
Look at you fucking... I wish they could see how you are holding that. Hang on. I'll get it. I will show them how
extra
you're
footage.
holding this.
I'm crying.
Get the shot.
It's the only way I could. It's the only way I could do it.
Makes you feel any better. I can't really see anything either. Gunzo. They've got 2 Christmases.
2 Christmases. I always had 2 Christmases.
Did
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
I know.
I always had to Christmases. Trauma. And I'm fine.
No problems here. No issues at all.
Completely normal.
We set it all up so that it's working perfectly. Then we make another one.
No, you can give it to Andy.
Give it to Andy, put it in Geo, but it doesn't work.
No, it's real bad.
It's like, it assigns points, but the calculation's terrible.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what the why isn't this thing working?
How'd you get
I'm doing it perfect. You can imagine it now, can't you? He gets so frustrated too.
No, not Andy.
You're like, this thing's garbage, it doesn't even work.
I don't remember doing any of that.
What are you looking at?
Blacked out. I had to do a relay block for the ECU power injectors and coils. And I don't remember doing any of it, but it's all done.
Yeah,
I can't really tell if it looks good or not.
Oh, it's okay.
I even labelled them ECU, injectors, ignition, lovely. It's got a little mini fuse above it, so the whole power wire is fused, and then each output is fused off of that. And then there are all the power wires down to there, so that's sick.
Where's the ECU going? Has it got a spot?
Well, here's my gripe with M-Trons already. This is my first experience with an M-Tron. You tell me how I'm supposed to mount that.
So there's
flat on the front.
1/4 inch on the
Nothing.
back?
1/4 inch?
Does it have 1/4 inch threads on the... Oh no, it doesn't.
You wish.
I thought they were 1/4 inch threads.
You wish. They just bolted together.
Interesting.
You could make like a sandwich thing for it, but that's just queer. Couldn't put a thread in that dog or what? Or a hole? Not a single hole. Did I already run a wire to the back as well? Am I on fire? Did I already run fuel pump wires back here too? I don't remember. Oh yeah, fucking hell.
What's that, Sam?
That's me fuel pump wiring. What have I got left?
What next? You know how normally it's like you're cursing past self? You're like, damn you past Samuel, what did you do?
A lot.
Past Sam was
Past Sam
productive.
really just getting it done.
He's done it all, Justin.
Yeah. It's already all done. I don't remember doing it.
You're a gold star.
Not really.
But
I've already done the relay block for the injectors, ECU, ignition. The fuel pump's already wired, which I don't remember doing.
Sam's got the laptop out.
Well,
That means we're about to start, right?
no.
Is there anything you'd like to say
Found a pedal
from a Morris?
from my Morris. Still don't have any fuel, so the boys are just going to get fuel. So I'm going to test that it cranks. It won't have any fuel pressure or fuel at all, so there's no chance of it starting. Oh, we got stuff reading in. It's nice. Map 100, that's perfect. What else have we got reading? We've got chit. We've got some chit, that's nice. Manifold pressure is reading barometric, which is good, 100. IAT is reading 27, which sounds about right. Reading 5% throttle position, which is also probably right, because I haven't calibrated the thing, but we can, so that's cool. I've got my oil pressure and my oil temperature assigned to the same. Strange that they let you do that, for one. I'm just a dumb Haltech kid. If you do it wrong, it says, bad, don't do that. Well, it didn't go red when I tried to pick it just let me.
This could be dangerous.
Alright, so I think all that's right. So, what we can try and do, Dylan...
Are we doing injector test?
We can do the... Do you want to do the injector test?
No, do whatever you want.
We can do injector test.
Whatever you want to do.
We can do the injector test.
Do the fucking injector test!
Go to the injectors.
I'll go to the injectors. I could be deaf, but I'm not hearing anything.
It is also possible that they're either A, not plugged in, or B, I don't have a fuse in them.
The injectors are not connected, potentially?
It's because they're not plugged in. That's a good thing, though. That means all we have to do is plug it in.
Plug it in, and then we'll hear
And then we
clicks
should
once
hear
you
a
do
click.
it. Lovely.
I would have left it unplugged because I'm paranoid of the injectors staying on all the time.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so should I go listen for a click
number
now?
1 at the front.
Yep. Hey! We're good.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep. A little bit of a lower click on that one.
4.
Yep.
5.
Yep.
6.
Hey, we're all good.
That one's definitely a little lower too.
Yeah. I don't
There's
know.
a couple little like
I don't know whether they're all exactly where they're actually supposed to be, but I assume they were. Mainly listening for clicks.
Fair enough. They all clicked. I heard that.
Yeah.
No, what I was actually going to do before you rude the intro.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was what was next. I thought that's what we were
well,
doing.
It basically was. So we're going to try and do the drive-by-wire configuration.
Ah.
Calibrate plate. Normal operation. Test mode on. Calibrate drive-by-wire 1 on. My introduction to aftermarket ECUs is Haltech's. Okay, so Haltech has their complete own interface that operates exactly how you think it would on a computer. So if you click it, you're clicking it. So like when we just did that injector test in a Haltech, you would click like injector 1 test, and there would be a button, and you click test, right? Like test. As far as I know, the way that M-Trons, Motec's, most links as well, the way that they work is they basically run off of Excel, like a spreadsheet or a spreadsheet type interface.
A database.
Yeah, so when we're testing those injectors, what I'm actually doing is, so I go like injector 1 and you click it, and then it wants you to put in a numerical value. So 0 is off and 1 is on.
So it's binary.
Binary,
it's like code, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, so you don't actually like, this is what I mean by like, it's like Haltech's just
less
so
user-friendly.
because it's just like dum click.
Yeah.
Very good.
Intuitive.
It's very natural. You can pick it up and it makes sense to just be like, yeah. Click. Whereas this, it's like, calibrate plate, enter a value between 0 and 3. And obviously it tells you what 1, 2, and 3 does, but like, it's not just like, you know? That's my take on it. Not a bad thing, not a good thing.
I'm looking at pedal position 1.
Both of them now go to 100.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And we're only getting 65% out the front, but that's because it's like a coolant temp thing. Like it won't give you full throttle.
Oh, in
It's
the
like a
throttle
safety.
position? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it works. You can hear it, and it's working. So that's good. Once we get fuel back, we should be right to put fuel in it, prime it. Oh, I actually haven't seen if it cranks yet. Should we see if it cranks?
Sure.
I don't know if it's going to. That'll crank. It's got no battery, but it'll crank. That's the sound of a starter motor trying to work.
We got fuel.
Put that shit in again. Put that shit in there.
Okay, put that shit in. No, I'm putting it in.
I'm putting
it in, baby.
Put it in.
We're putting it in.
Put it in.
In the hole.
In the hole.
We're not leaking underneath
Oh,
anymore.
it's all falling out. Is it? No.
I hope not.
That'd be
Pretty shit.
that'd be stressful, wouldn't it?
It would be very stressful.
If it falls on the ground, I'm leaving.
I'm going. So I'm like,
Let's see if it works.
Where
are you going?
What are we doing? What are we seeing if what works?
Seeing if the fuel goes. Put something back there.
Ooh, that's whiny. That's whiny.
I can check the fuel pressure.
Check fuel pressure.
Oh, I got it's because it's filling the tank.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the tank, see if you can hear it.
Oh yeah, I can hear that.
You can definitely hear that. Well, it's trying to crank. Is it flat?
Don't think so.
It's trying to crank.
Oh,
I'm very clever.
I'm really excited I heard the engine go. Whoop.
on who? On
Do you know
Stewie.
Stuart's on a registry?
What registry?
What registry?
You got oil pressure at all? You haven't got oil pressure either?
It was fully primed, remember?
Was it?
Crank sync error.
It's a new day if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Whether or not we tell you it's a new day.
Yeah. It was a bit darker
Question, but
last time we were
it's a new
filming.
day. I got all the trigger issues sorted. That's all perfect now. I've got 0 trigger errors. I've got perfect sync. I've got RPM tracing. Everything's really good, but the fuel pressure's just not coming up. The only time we had the fuel pressure come up on Thursday or Friday, whenever it was, is when we primed the rail and primed the pump. The fuel pressure started to come up. It got up to like 80 kPa or something, which isn't much, but it's on the way up. And then the battery started to go flat, so it was like cranking and then so basically I'm just going to prime both sides again and then we'll crank it again.
Are we getting fuel pressure?
We had 150 kPa, so about half of what we should be. So we want about 300. That didn't really sound like it wanted to fire at all.
No.
Should be plenty of fuel in there for it to fire, so I guess we just... Is that a pop?
Sounded like a pop.
Hear a pop?
I did hear a pop.
Down the door?
Maybe?
Front.
I think it might have been the back.
Back, right? So we could be 360 out. Shall we take a bet on... I heard a pop too. So
I heard a pop.
And it was out the back, so we'll take a bet on that fact that we're 360 out, and we'll see what that does for us.
You making progress?
Like the fuel pressure's coming up, so that's a good start. Why have I got errors coming through again now when I had no errors?
That's on 90.
90.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Hey?
Thanks, Andrew.
What?
Well, that should be 0.
That's 90, brother. That explains our pops and bangs.
It's got to be close.
That's pretty well 0, man.
So your voltage is down a bit now or something?
Voltage down.
Gotcha.
It's that fucking close now too.
So close.
I'm over it. This close to starting and I'm over it.
There's always something.
Oh,
Smoker. Pack it up, Sam.
yeah. Start right now.
It's gonna start right now. That's what Sam says. Sam, it didn't start.
2021, 22, where's that 23rd tooth? 2021, 22. I think that's why it's giving me errors. It's starting, it's just the post-start stuff now, I can figure it out.
Why are we up in the sky, Stewie? What's the situation?
Pulling some fuel pressure out of it, Dill.
Fuel pressure out now?
Yeah, we got 72 pounds of fuel pressure, so we only need 60 pound base on this car. But we're just doing that. Mind the engine earth straps at the moment. Just doing that for the first startup. Fire it up. Make sure we've got oil pressure. We've got oil pressure then, which is nice. So pull some fuel pressure out of it. Go again.
Getting closer.
We just changed the fuel pressure. The fuel pressure was like 70 instead of 60, so we brought the fuel pressure down a little bit. The base fueling is still a little bit so... Basically everything that I did on Thursday was to try and get this to start. Now, because I did that, it's kind of fighting me a little bit because we don't have coolant in it. We don't have the coolant temp sensor in, so it thinks it's at 100 degrees. So it's like adding corrections. So I've got to like kind of going in and fudging the correct just so we can start it.
Yeah.
Had I known that we weren't going to be able to start it on Thursday, I wouldn't have bothered. But we're still here now, so we're just sort of fudging some numbers a little bit to get it to like. Obviously, it's running. It's just not running like. But everything looks good so far. It's got oil pressure, fuel pressure's working, mechanical pump's working, and we're just going to double check the base timing now once Andy puts the fuel in. Double check that the base timing's where it should be, and then we should be able to play with this to get it to sort of idle a little bit nicer. Just basically just to get a clip of it idling. That's about it, and then we can
do everything correctly.
else to make it Yeah.
Not
Complete.
fudge things. Yeah,
Yeah.
understood.
Before when I was counting it, and I was like,
You're counting
23.
yeah.
Yeah, and that first one was only 22, and I was like, why is it only 22? That's a bit weird. It's gotten worse now. So the yellow line, I can get rid of this. So the yellow line represents our cam sensor. So every time our little magnet comes around and our cam sensor goes past our sensor, you can see 1, 1, 1, like very evenly spaced apart, like perfect, 1. There's only one trigger, so that makes sense, right? These little perfect set apart ones,
Yeah.
that's how it should be, but it should be 23,
Yep.
and then a long gap, 23, long gap, 23, long gap, because our crank sensor has 23 teeth and it's missing 1. It's 23, or 24 minus 1.
Yeah.
23. It's just getting, basically it's getting lost somewhere. It's not picking up all of the teeth. So I just checked the gap on the sensor and the gap's fine. So I think that we've just lost that sensor. It's just that now I'm getting all these errors again that I was getting the other day when I said that I got rid of all these errors, and now they're back. So it's and that's because it's not seeing 23 teeth and then a gap, which is what it's looking for. It's seeing like 6 and then nothing and then 2 and then nothing. So all I can do, I think, is just change the sensor and try it again. That looks much better. 21, 22, 23!
Way better. So we're going to start the car now?
Gonna try, yeah. Just idle for me, That's gonna have to do us for now. We're gonna leave it there. Mainly just the coolant temp thing that's fucking me at the moment, because there's that many corrections based around coolant temp, and the car currently thinks it's 100 degrees, so it's not, everything's wrong. But it's starting, it's idling, or idling. It's starting and it's running, and I can kind of keep it. Got it idle. After I was just complaining.
Yeah.
We got it to idle pretty good. So that's sweet.
Mid-complaint, really.
Yeah, mid-complaint. It just started, I kept persistence, you know? So that's all we've saved. We'll save all that stuff now. Basically, that's pretty much it until it's done now, basically. Like, we'll get the dash, wire the dash in, shifter, coolant in it, coolant neck. I've got the neck over there, I've got a welder thing on, make the top radiator hose, and then put the coolant temp sensor in. I'll wire up all the shifter, so basically the next time we run this, it's ready to drive. I think. Ready to be tuned even, you might say. So yeah, that's cool. What a
fucking slog that was. But anyway, we got there. We've been up and down and left and right. Let's call it a day.
Call that a day.
Call that a video.
You want to see all the things finished, come back for the tuning
Come back
video.
for the tune video. The pretty polished video, that'll be in the next one. This was the hard slog in the trenches video, you know?
Yeah. If you got this far.
Good job. If you made it this far,
well done.
go you.
Well,
thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.
Like that. Quick Stewie's reaction.
I love it. Sounds like a race car. I've even videoed it myself.
Oh, did you?
I'll show the video, they got my video.
Yeah, show us. What'd you get?
Sound good?
It does sound good. Yeah, it sounds tough as fuck, doesn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Sounds like nothing in here because it's
On that side.
I can't hear it. The window's up and it's,
Yeah.
exhaust is going into the wall. Sick. All right, let's finish it off. Yeah.
We're on the dyno. Very special. It is about time. Himmy, it's about time. It is about time. The LM33, voluptuous, big booty, big front. We love all of it. Gonna be something special. M-Tron, sequential, twin turbos, 3.4 litre, mechanical fuel pump, EFI. We'll just see where it's at. Running tune don't exist so really for us, so we'll see where everything feels happy, where everything's comfy, go through the process. I've done a base map from the M-Tron already, so we'll chuck that in, get some load on the car. There's a brand new engine as well, so bed the rings in, do all that type of thing, get some heat through the engine, let it sit, check the oils, check everything, make sure everything's all good. The dyno is never usually the last thing you do. It's like it's the intermediate step to the last step. So you do this, you see if there's any problems, you see if there's any issues, you go over with everything. Being a brand new car, we'll just make sure everything's sealed, go through the works. The engine bay is getting completely polished after this, which is cool, so we'll have polish everywhere. Obviously paint corrected, all that sort of stuff. Body shop got a couple little things to do for us, but it's very, very cool and very, very exciting to see this car on the dyno. Come along with us.
We're going to see flames.
I've got flame control on, so all you M-Tron gurus, let me know. Is flame control really flame control? Or does it stop you having flames? You tell me.
We're going to find out.
We don't know. But yeah, other than that, it should be good. We'll start off with just wastegate pressure, I think is a 14-pound spring, so hopefully it makes, I don't know, 450, 400, 450 on wastegate pressure, maybe 350, 400, I don't know. I really, really don't know, so
we'll find out together.
Come along with the journey and watch us tune an M-Tron with a 33 LM Edition 3.4 litre. Pretty cool for 3.3 litre, yeah?
Our first little hurdle here soon.
First little hurdle. She's got a little miss.
Little miss?
A little miss. She's just not sounding on all six.
So we're going to pull the spark plugs.
We're just going to pull the plugs and check them first, and then go from there. It's kind of hard to tell because it's got the side pipe on it. It sounds a bit different already. Like it already sounds a bit funny, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just not. It doesn't have that nice, smooth note when you load it up. So I think we're just going to pull the plugs. Hopefully we can see if one of the plugs is like a bit wet or doesn't look like it's been firing. That'll give us a good indication of where to start looking. I think we're just going to put a fresh set in it by the looks of that anyway.
Andy's getting ready
It
for
might
a fresh
have
set.
just plugged up after starting and idling around and shit.
No, we'll have a look and we'll
Get back.
get back.
So what I'm actually doing is trying to,
B-roll, man.
Just do it.
we're just setting up all our
Good enough for the A-roll.
target, what do you call it? Target data log,
Target data log.
like that?
No,
Data log.
just data log.
All the data log channels that we want to actually monitor. We're scrolling past all the good ones, nitrous. Wish we had it, don't have that. Don't have that, don't have that, don't have that. Probably should have, cylinder 16?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to do a rotary real bad.
And that's the day Sam left.
You know what I want? I want to put a rotary in my tails. That's a screaming man.
Just trying to figure out our tables where they're at, and just go from there. Just a very basic first. I think it's about a 14-pound spring, so 14-pound. It's very pretty torquey, so it's good. Nice engine. Wastegate.
Wastegate what?
Not working. 30-pound, bruv.
Oh, turn up.
Sounded fucking good. I was watching the fuel and I see the thing didn't roll. I was like, whoa.
I see a nice little roll.
Little roll.
Ew. That's ew, but much better than 30 pounds.
We might run this out. 7,500 RPM limiter. It's a shimless head. It's got everything we do to our head, so it's not really a concern, but hopefully makes, I don't know, 450 on 10 pound. We'll see how it goes.
'Cause
there's definitely flames. Yeah, as you can see, that's only 7,500, so it's gonna make power seriously past 7,500. So I'm definitely lifting that up. It's probably gonna go 85, 9,000 RPM. So she's spicy, that's for sure. So it's like 12 pound of boost. The boost is creeping obviously a little bit. A little wave in the fuel, but we'll fix that up and clean that up as it goes through. So it's yeah, trending in the right direction. It's gonna want some RPM, so we're gonna give it to it. 11.8, 12. Hey? It's it's a weapon.
Like 12 pounds.
It's a weapon, like an absolute.
What makes that on?
21. Doesn't.
22, 23, it didn't make that.
At 85, I lifted at 8,500, and she just wants to go. Just trying to get the fueling correct. We do that before we move on. That way we can just interpolate our table out. It's pretty cool. It's like I lifted that to 8,500, and I think I went to all but maybe like 8,300 sort of thing. Still wants to make power. It sort of just started to tipple over a little bit, so I think like 8,500 would probably 80, like 9,000, just under 9,000 might be probably where it's at. But that's 12 pound of boost, so well probably just maybe just over 12 pounds of boost at the back, so pretty nice. 'Woo! Not much boost. First bit of wastegate, 25% duty. So 16 pound of boost, 17 pounds of boost, made 35 horsepower. Lots. Very nice, very nice. I add a bit of fuel through the middle, but yeah, very nice. I'll put some more boost in it and we'll go from there.
Tell me your thoughts before you even saw it.
Sounded good. Sounded like it revved out further. What did we
I
get?
would say it was a nice run.
Was it nice? I can't. What is that? 870? I can't read it. Oh, 660. I thought it said 8. I was like, that's a lot of 8s. Yeah, mate, not bad. It's still fucking no boost. What?
Where's the boost at?
Not in it. That's sick though. It's cranking.
has 80%.
Did you get more boost?
Like it will have, yeah, but
You don't need much more.
I just put 100% on the gate.
Chitty chat. So we just made 736 on 20 pounds, just touched 21 pounds, so that's really good numbers. But pretty much what's happening, or yeah, what happened is it's got roughly a 10 pound spring in the wastegate, and the issue is that this is running like a big old school gate that's like this big, right? And we don't have any springs for it. So we got to 20 pound out of it just using the control of the 3-port plumbed to the bottom of the gate, and then it's obviously just blowing the wastegate open. So what we've done now is plumbed to the bottom and the top ports of the wastegate. So what we were doing before was basically we'd just restrict the amount of air that was going to the bottom of the wastegate. So rather than putting direct boost pressure, all a Mac valve does is basically release some of it. So say we're putting 20 pound of pressure through this line here, comes through the Mac valve, and the Mac valve basically just bleeds that off until say only 18 pound or something is going through it, and so that keeps the wastegate closed, right? Because the reference line goes to the bottom. So when it goes to the bottom, it's basically just when it gets to the pressure that it's meant to be at, it basically lifts the valve up, it's got diaphragm in there, it lifts it up, allows the wastegate to open. Since we're blowing it open with just pure force, because the wastegate spring is too small, by putting a reference line to the top and the bottom, basically what we do now is we're putting pressure onto the top side of that diaphragm as well. So we're basically going to be holding that diaphragm exactly in the middle until we start to bleed some of the pressure off the top, which will then allow the bottom to open it up and open the wastegate. I think that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't matter, just keep watching.
It worked.
It works.
It works. It's a nice number.
Yeah, dog. Woo! That's that bitch, that's fine.
Yeah, dog.
Leave her there.
850's Louis.
Gang, baby. Looks
Out to screen.
so we're out of turbo.
Out of turbo.
28 pound. Like that's what we wanted. That was literally what we wanted from the car. So I'll just pull a log and have a bit of a sticky beak at what it's doing, and I think that's us. That's it. That's on top. Clean. So I just cleaned the fuel up. Got it a little bit nicer. Just wanted to see how it sort of running it, clean the fuel up, change some numbers, bits and pieces. As you can see, 882, absolute cracker. The turbos, they probably got a little bit more in, but I think that's like 28 pound or something like that. I think it's pretty good. So I'll check that real quick. So that's a really good result. That's like sort of where I wanted it, to be honest. I think that is gate pressure maybe. So yeah, 20 pound versus 27 pound. So where we make peak power is right there, right at the top, which is nice. So 882.6, 27 pound of boost, 11. Like I'm still very rich. Like I could definitely take some fuel out, but I think for that sort of power level, it's nice. It has a, you know, we'll turn O2 control on and always trimming some fuel. So I think I'm targeting like 11.3, 11.4 there. So pretty conservative. 15.5 degrees, which is no secret. Not a huge amount of timing, obviously. So this could take a fair bit more, but as you can see, it's making lovely power. I don't really think I need to, longevity-wise, like I don't think he'll really drive it where it's going to be sitting up there. But yeah, it makes a lot of power, and once we get this flat shift dialed, that'll be where the fun starts in this car. Same as Goku, getting flat shift dialed makes this would be a fast car. Like, and the twin turbos, they come in sweet. They come in sweet. Like, it makes good power straight away. So.
Will we have a few different settings?
Nah, it's going to be that. That's it. This is it. So I'll talk to Himmy and see if he wants to do a couple of settings. Maybe a wastegate pressure at like 700 ish, or like 550 or 570. I think it was a 12-pound run. And then the way we've got it wide, or the way we've got the wastegate now, it's about 730 is our wastegate pressure. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. But good result. I wanted 900. Well, I wanted 850, 900, and 882 looks unreal. So perfect. I don't think we can be disappointed with that, I guess. And we'll go through everything. We'll check everything out, make sure it all does what it needs to do. And yeah, like I said, give Himmy a call and see what he reckons, and go from there. Hope you like the videos, the content. If you do like it, like, comment, and subscribe. Put a comment in there. Sam should do more. Just put in that. Just put in there. Comment. Sam should do more. I've forgotten more than he knows.
Could you lean back a bit further?
Yeah. Grab another chair. You know. What are we worried about here? Here we go.
Yeah, good. There you go.
Just note the time, somebody. Just note the time here. 3:30 on a Thursday.
Stu's been doing fuck all.
Stu, go take.
What do you want to know? Go have a take 5.
This is the way it should be.
Yeah, that's it. This is how, if you want something done. What do you want to know?
Just give me the outro.
You want a whole outro? Yeah.
Just really like,
Alright, so
nice and summarised. We just got off the
All right.
882.
In summary, LM just ripped off 882 horsepower and 27 pound. It's a super efficient combo. It's a 3.4 litre bottom end, which is 3.4 litre bottom end, which is pretty sick. Definitely the biggest RB that we've tuned. 3.2 is previously our capacity personal best. So the 3.4 litre cranks, paired that with, I guarantee if you go back in the video, you'll find a video of me saying that twins suck. Twins in the bin, yeah. This is so far the only exception to twin turbos that I like, because I didn't have to work on it. I didn't put it together. But for like efficiency wise, they're actually cranking. They're actually doing really well. So I think we made like 750 horsepower on, or 737 on 21 pound. So that's just like unreal for like the efficiency side of things. Like, to put that in perspective, my stock RB, my RB25 Neo makes 520 horsepower on 24 pound. So I'm like 200 horsepower less on 3 pound more boost. So just to put that into perspective of like how well this thing's actually working, and also we're on a 4-wheel drive hub too. Mine's only on a 2-wheel drive. So you think I think that puts into perspective like how well this thing's actually performing. In the next video, we're going to be hooking up the flat shift for the Samsona. So we've got a 5-speed sequential gearbox in this thing. We have a load cell wired into the ECU, which means we're going to be able to do well, it depends how excited you want to get. We can do no lift shift, we can do clutchless shift, we can do no lift clutchless shift.
That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah, it is a little bit, yeah. So we'll be setting up some of that stuff. We've got a very good starting point, basically a base map for our flat shift to start from, and then we're gonna pretty much head out onto the street, do some road testing, test that flat shift at some different RPMs, because you can't actually just flat shift these gearboxes just sort of as you would just a cruise, like you're just cruising up to 100k an hour or whatever, under no load, you can still just and it's fine. We'll also be doing the downshifting, so like a blip on downshift, like a rev match downshift, same concept, don't use the clutch, just push the stick forward and it'll rev match into the gear below it. And other than that, we'll be getting the interior back together, so hopefully next video we should have a full interior, lovely Motec dash, filling out that currently black hole abyss where the cluster used to be. Back on its wheels, all that sort of good jazz.
Very much close to done.
Yeah, next video will probably be the last video for this car, unless we take it elsewhere out into the world. But from us in this workshop, this will be the last video on the car, like build update wise. Anything from here on in will just be, I don't know, wherever Himmy takes the car, I guess. Events. Yeah, fun events. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good result. M-Tron, we got through it in the end. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad at all. We didn't have any issues with the M-Tron. It was just user error. Any issues we had were user error, put it that way. So we don't hate you, M-Tron. You did all right. And
we've just got to be better.
Yeah, we've just got to be better. But yeah, no, it's a sick result. That's it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
The 3.4 litre really does, I guess, make torque. You know, no, what do they say? No displacement for. Don't put that in there. Don't put that in there.
Should I keep that in there?
Yeah, keep that in there. Keep that.
All right, guys, we're back. This is going to be the final episode you're going to see on the LM build we've got behind us here. We're nearly wrapped up on it. We're nearly done. So it's been a long time coming, but we're at the pointy end of it all now, which is good. So come along in this video, you'll see Sam's going to put the rest of the interior back together on the thing. We've got the new Motec dash going in it. That's all going to get set up. You'll see all that. It's pretty cool. It's massive. It's a sick dash. We'll set up the flat shifting in it. We'll go out for some road cruises and rolling shots and stuff with that as well, just to make sure the flat shifting, everything's dialed in. It drives nicely, so when it goes back to Himmy, it's good to go. Yeah. Meow. See you, Johnny.
All right, we got the dash, we got the Motec C1212 or C1212, depending on how you want to say it. 1212, I think most people say. 1212 is more efficient. 1212. Turn around there so you can have a look at it. There you go. So we got a big old display. I don't know how big that is. What, like 7? 12? Close.
12.
Oh, is that what the 12 is?
127 is a 7-inch. C1212.
1212. 1212. So 1212 confirmed.
Sue's dropping
it's a C1212, so it's a 12-inch display. Going in the LM, I've got the surround for it somewhere. I'll go and grab that in a second, so you can have a look at that too. We got the 3D printed surround, so that goes in where the cluster would normally go. What we're going to do, or what I'm going to do quickly before we actually go and take it over to the car, is basically just going to make a little sub harness outside of the car, so that when we get over to the car we can just plug it in, or not just plug it in, but it's easier. So rather than basically wiring this to the factory wiring, so we need like high beam, low beam indicators, fuel level, that sort of stuff we need going into this plug. Rather than wire that stuff straight to this plug, basically I'm just going to make a little sub harness to a Deutsch connector. That way I can then put a Deutsch connector onto the car, and then when you're pulling the dash in and out, it'll be easier because there's a little bit more length on the wiring and stuff like that. So we're just going to make a little sub harness real quick. We're also going to put the communication cable into that, and we'll do some just the CAN wiring so that it can plug into the M-Tron. We'll get it in and turned on and working and everything all doing what it should, and then from there we'll get the calibration or the configuration. So let's quickly make this harness and then we can go over to the car. Alright, let's see, it'll either explode or turn on.
Let's hope for not.
Oh, daddy.
That's a big boy.
We're going fast. Oh shit. Oh shit! Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Well managed.
You like that? I do. I have a sneaky suspicion you have to cut this.
Oh no.
Definitely got to cut it.
But,
you don't need to film this part, do you?
I'd like to film this part.
I don't want you.
I want to know how the dash fits in.
Cut myself.
32 looks pretty good.
Fucking 220 k's an hour.
Alright, so I've got the Motec dash in the LM33. Pretty cool. We put a little display on there. Unbelievable, Sam's in the way all the time. But if you watch in here, see the big N? Becomes the big one. Ooh. Becomes the big N. So just went through, set up all the 1, 2, 3.
As far as it'll let you go.
You like that?
Sorry, could you do it again?
It's actually nice.
I was looking at your face.
1, 2, oh, fuck, hang on. We'll go again, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
So yeah, just got all that sort of set up. Got all the flat shift stuff set up as well, so we've got that all in the ECU. We're going to have to try and figure out what it does and just like the parameters where we're going to have to change and up and down. But for now, it's pretty much just
a different process with the M-Tron for us? Is that something we haven't done before?
Yeah, it's a very different process in the M-Tron. It's like, I guess it's sort of technically it's the same stuff, just the way each ECU sees it compared to the Motec or Haltech for flat shift and upshift, downshifts, blips and all that sort of thing. So we've just set all the parameters and what we wanted to have. Obviously driving on the road and actually figuring out what the car's going to want and how it's going to drive is going to be like the biggest key to it. But other than that, it all looks good. Got all the vitals on the dash, so everything that we sort of needed is on there. I've got a pretty cool design coming for this thing, so once we see that, we'll load that in Display Creator as well and get that sent across. But yeah, for now, I think it's very cool. Sammy can go through and finish off everything else. Getting very close to the end of this one, which is cool. So all the little knickknacks that we wanted to have on the car are sort of here. A couple little things like we need to finish off, but very, very cool car.
So we're going to see it on the road very soon?
Hold the fort. We're gonna. So we'll go for a drive, and yeah, all this sort of stuff set up on the road. So once we've got the basics here in the ECU, Sam will drive and Andy will drive, and we'll go through and make some changes to the flat shift if it needs to be, or depending on what it wants and how it sort of reacts. So pretty cool. Wide open shifting, flat shifting at 8,000 RPM is pretty cool with 30 pound of boost. So
what did we say the other day? What was it? No lift clutchless shift. Was it
no lift clutchless shift.
No lift shift, no lift clutchless shift.
No lift clutchless shift. Someone said that in the comments. So like, try and say that fast.
Clutchless shift.
No lift clutchless shift. No lift clutchless shift.
It spins the tyres in third. Oh fuck yeah, it feels sick.
In the LM for its very first test drive, we have done a bit of highway driving, we've done a bit of town driving, we've done a little bit more highway driving, and we've done some flat shifting mainly. So flat shift is working very well. It's for the, what's this, this is probably the fourth sequential I'd say we've probably set up flat shift on, and they're just getting better and better every time. It's 4, right, isn't it? More? 5? 10? Not a chance. Supra, G up. Jared's never had it. Goku. Icon. That's 5. So this would be the 6th.
There's another HT in there.
Fine, 6 or 7. All right. This is the 6th or 7th sequential that we've set up with flat shift. Every time we do it, it's getting better and better, smoother and smoother, to the point where it just feels like you're not even driving a manual anymore. You just bang on the stick and into the next gear it goes. There's bugs out here. So yeah, flat shift, big success. That everything surrounding that, the gearbox is great. It's going through all the gears, going down the gears. The flat shift is working phenomenally. The engine sounds unreal with those twin turbos, those twin high mounts. If you're in the film car in front of this thing, when he actually starts to put his foot down, those you hear the turbos before you hear anything else. Which you would, being that they're twin T51R high mounts. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure if you see us down at GT-R Festival, you come and say hello. Check out the cars, check out all the lovely work that we've just been doing on this thing, because it's taken fucking forever. But the results speak for themselves. The car looks sick, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Over to Andy. Send us away, Andy.
I just did.
Yeah, no,
it's good.
Like, it's Andy's turn to
Take it away, Aaron. Take it away, mate. Not doing that. That might have been a boost, so just like
I'm the one taking the shots. We're the camera vehicle. For the first time, we've driven this thing on the road. It's not just a dyno princess anymore. You can all fuck off. All right, the car's real. It exists. The fuck was that?
the mower.
Jesus.
Mate,
So yeah, we're gonna be in his way.
Yeah, probably. Mate, don't you come flying up here.
Oh yeah.
Just like grinning.
Exciting.
Exciting.
It's exciting.
Very exciting.